This is the girl that had her stomach taken out. How you doing? How many years has this been now? How many years?
I was counting it back there, 19.
19 years ago.
But I had gone in, I was extremely heavy, and my mom was very ill, and I was heading down the same path. So in 2001, October the 23rd, 2001, I went in for a gastric bypass, the old-fashioned one where they cut you from here to here. And it went from bad to worse. I ended up with 13 surgeries in 11 months. And on the second surgery, which was the second day, the doctor didn't calibrate the staple gun. Went in for a third emergency surgery, and we have all that on tape. In fact, Pastor Billy still has those records. And the surgeon said, we got to fix this. I got to just take it out. And he just took what was left of my stomach, took it out, left me septic with 107-degree fever, and told me I was no longer his patient, that I was the worst patient he'd ever had, which led to 2 years of just pure hell. And I was on a feeding tube, and about 8 weeks before I met Pastor Billy, I had it. And I just told the doctor, either you pull the feeding tube out or I'm pulling the feeding tube out. And he said, you'll die. And I said, so be it, I'm done. Some dear, precious friends said, we've got a guy you got to go see. And I said, well, we're going to see Joyce Myers. She said, no, you're not. You're going to Lakeland. So we went, and it was packed. And I had so little left in me, and I was mad because I didn't want to die, but I didn't know what else to do. There were no more surgeries. There was nothing left. And I went up, and I was mad, and I didn't believe him. I didn't know him. I didn't know any integrity. I knew nothing except that I felt something in that meeting. And I watched other people, and I came, and there was almost an arrogance about me. And he said, what do you need? And I think I stood back, and I said, I need a stomach. And he went, you need what? And he walked away from me and went and prayed for other people and left me standing there, and I was so embarrassed. And I thought, okay, guess this shows who's real and who's not. And he walked back over, and he didn't get within 4 feet of me. And down I went for about 3 hours. But while I was down, and the only thing I heard him say was, leave her alone, don't touch her. Don't touch her. But I felt organs. And when you don't have an organ and you bend over, other things move. But laying on that floor, I felt surgery. And then so on the way home, I said, okay, God, if this is real, and I knew it was, but I said, if it's real, I haven't had a drop of solid food in 2 years, to the day. I said, right next to the place, I said, let's go through McDonald's. I want a quarter pounder, I want a Diet Coke, and I want some French fries. And we did, and we sat on the side of the road 5 minutes from the hospital, looking at the hospital, because I just wanted to be safe. And I ate it all. And we shouted all the way back to St. Pete, and that was about 100 miles away, too. The next morning after getting healed, I went to my favorite restaurant and had granola and fruit and a whole big giant breakfast, and then went over to the doctor's office, and the same technician who had done the ultrasound. Yeah,
our personal physician.
And what a testimony to him, because my little ultrasound tech was in there, the room's dark, and she's doing her ultrasound, and she said, oh, wow, there's that liver. I said, well, is there any scarring? Because I had scar tissue everywhere. And she said, well, no. I said, what about? And she said, there's your kidneys. Oh, there's your stomach. Boy, it's not very big, but it sure is pink and blah, blah, fluffy. And I said, you see my stomach? And she said, well, of course I see your stomach. I said, turn on the light. And she turned on the lights, and she turned as white as a ghost. She said, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. I said, oh, but it is.
I'd surely like all of you to join me on all of my social media platforms, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be a blessing to you.